Hi, I'm Rick, K2XT, from Cream Ridge, New Jersey. Today's October 24th, 2011. This is another in my series of descriptions of ham radio antennas. Today the subject is the Beverage antenna. The Beverage antenna was invented in 1921 by Harold Beverage at RCA in New Jersey, and it's a receiving antenna only, cannot be used for transmitting. Beverage antennas are very long, typically 500 feet. This one happens to be 550 feet long. It's a single wire that extends from the feed point here where I'm standing out, mounted on trees, about 6 feet high, all the way till it gets to the street. At the far end, the Beverage antenna has a resistor in series with the wire down to a ground rod, very similar to what it has at the feed point. I'm not going to go down to the far end today, so I'll show you what happens here at the feed point. The wire, this wire here, comes in. I just have it tied off to a eye hook and down vertically to a matching transformer at the base here. And the light is not favorable for us. This is a little matching transformer that I picked up at the Dayton Hamvention about 15 years ago. The matching transformer will always have an input for the coaxial feed line that goes to the receiver, and one output that goes to a ground rod. There's an 8-foot ground rod buried here, and the other output is a single lead that is the antenna itself. That's all there is to it. At the far end, it looks very similar to this. The wire comes down, goes through a 450 ohm resistor approximately, and into a ground rod just like that one. The coaxial feed line in this case can be RG59 television cable, or RG58 or RGX, nearly anything. In my case here, the feed line is buried, and it goes back here about 150 feet to the house and through a conduit into the receiver. The Beverage antenna then is directional. In this case, from where I'm standing, I'm looking northeast towards Europe, and this antenna performs best in that direction from central New Jersey over New York City and Boston and Ireland and down into Europe. It has a pattern that's about 60 degrees wide. It has rejection off the back of approximately 20 dB, so it's only really intended to be used in the one direction. Beverage designed antennas similar to this, different versions of the Beverage antenna that are more complicated. They have a more complex transformer at the near end and another one at the far end, and multiple wires that enable you to receive, to switch so that you can receive in either direction. In my case, it would be northeast or southwest. If the Beverage antenna is not terminated with a resistor at the far end, if the wire just stops and hangs in midair, it's open circuited, the antenna is bidirectional, northeast and southwest. And at your feed point, the way to tell that you've got a good match with the resistor at the far end is if you use your antenna analyzer and you sweep over a broad frequency range, say from 2 megahertz to 10 megahertz, you'll see a very smooth SWR. Maybe it would be around 2 to 1 SWR, but it won't vary much at all over that entire bandwidth. If the far end is not terminated, however, there'll be wild swings in the SWR. I'll make another video later and I'll show you the far end, and I'll also show you, I'll demonstrate the use of the analyzer to test the Beverage. Okay? 73 from Cream Ridge, New Jersey. K2XT.